How's it going, everybody? My name is Jim, and welcome to FSD Driver. Today, we have a quick video for you. Now, this is sped up 4 times, so 400%, 4 times the speed as the normal drive. This drive was about 35 to 40 minutes. We're going from Minnesota all the way into Wisconsin, and it is a beautiful blue sky, sunny day. Now, one thing I want to mention here is we are still on version 12.3.6. It's been over a month and my car has not received any updates. I've checked every single day. We have a router actually in our garage. Both cars connect to it. Excellent strength. I check once a day. Is there an update? I never get it. I thought a long time ago when I made the video that this was the end of 12.3.6. I would definitely be getting it, especially because of all the comments that have been on X by various users. It's coming out this weekend. It's coming out this weekend, and still it hasn't hit any of our vehicles at all. It's getting really annoying. I would love to test out the new version. With that being said, this again, it is 12.3.6 in this drive. We also hit the highways, so we hit the highway stack, which has never been updated. And as you know, the version 11 highway stack, it needs to get updated. Like, it needs to become an end to end. It's just really annoying because this car constantly misses on ramps and off ramps, and it's just not very good. It's fine with lane changes, but it's just not very good, especially when you're doing on and off ramps. It seems to just kind of hesitate. In this video, I do have two interventions. Now, they're not critical safety interventions. I believe these interventions are caused by what is essentially the data from the GPS coming in. So we have premium connectivity. What that means is we get live map updates and it shows what traffic is like in the area. And my car is set to take a faster route if it will save us 10 to 15 minutes. With that being said, my car decided that once I got on this highway, which we're going down right now, it was going to basically go up the riverside of Minnesota, and I didn't want to do that because we need to be in Wisconsin, not in Minnesota. And then as soon as I crossed the bridge, it was like, but we need to go up the riverside in the Wisconsin instead of just taking the highway. And so that time I just let it take me through Hudson, Wisconsin, and it was actually slower, much slower than it actually would have been. And so I didn't record the ride back home, but on the ride back, it took me the way that I thought it should have always gone. And it got there in like 25 minutes rather than 35 minutes. And so I don't think it's a problem with FSD. I just think it's a problem with the data it was reading. And hey, there could have maybe been an accident ahead or something like that on the highway. But nonetheless, those are the two interventions that I have to do. My car tries to signal to the right lane behind this actual semi truck that will be coming up, and it will try to get off of the exit, and I don't want it to, and then it will try to get off again, and this time I have to actually take over so it can take the exit. So I take over because the car just will not commit, and that's the biggest problem with the highway packages. The car will not commit to taking an on or off ramp. It just doesn't want to. I also noticed this with lane changes. So every once in a while, if there's a car by you, your car will put its blinker on and it will maybe either slow down or it will speed up so it can make those lane changes. The problem is if the car doesn't make the change, it shuts its blinker off, and then that indicates to the driver behind you, oh, they must have changed their mind. They don't need to get over. But then your car puts its blinker back on, so the blinker should always stay on. This is the first exit that we end up missing right here. The car just did not want to move over, and so I didn't really interfere with it. I canceled it with my blinker, essentially. I didn't allow it to move over because there's a car next to me, and it was kind of like he was playing chicken with me. I would speed up, he would speed up. I would slow down, he would slow down. And so that was a problem. Now the car needs to basically get into the exit over this bridge. This is the St. Croix River crossing. It's got its blinker on. It's moving over to the lane, but it needs to move over to 2 lanes. And so, again, this is something that you'll see with the highway package. For some reason, the car's speeding up, but it knows it needs to get over into the right hand lane. And so it will put its blinker on and it won't move over because there's a car, and then it shuts its blinker off, and then finally I break out of it and I just move over at the last second, and we basically make our turn. So those are the two interventions that I basically have with this. The ride was very smooth. We actually, as we're driving through Hudson, Wisconsin in downtown, there is a part that I also noticed that was fixed from another video. So I've done this drive many times, and the fix is a bridge. So there is a bridge that looks like you're going to hit it, but then you go down underneath it. And prior versions, so prior to 12.3.6, what my car would do is it would see that metal bridge and it would think we're going to crash, and it would basically slam its brakes on. And it didn't like see that, hey, we're going down a hill and that will go over us and then we'll bump back up. And so now that we're on the new version, this is the first time driving it in this area. It actually handled it perfectly well. It never slowed down. It just kept going, and it knew it was an actual bridge, which was really nice. We get through the town, very simple and easy, stops at all the red lights, lets pedestrians go in front of us. There was a pedestrian who looked like it was crossing the road, and my car actually slowed down. And then when the pedestrian looked away, the car just sped up and went through the intersection like it was supposed to do. So coming up here is this bridge. There's this bridge coming up, and this right here, my car right here would slam its brakes thinking that it would actually hit that bridge. Doesn't do that anymore. And the rest of this drive is very smooth. We basically drive on this road, we take a couple turns, and then we get back on a highway, and then we end up at our destination. So that's pretty much the end of this video. If you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like and a comment below, feel free to subscribe. I always reply back to comments that you guys leave too as well, because I really like to have the engagement of what other people are doing with FSD. Maybe there's people out there who don't use FSD. For me, I use it 98% of my drives. I use it every day, all of the time. Are there interventions? Yes. I try to record everything. I try to show you guys. The problem that I have though is a lot of this stuff is like really good. A lot of my drives are fantastic where I don't have any interventions, and people don't like to watch those videos because it works. It works as expected. A lot of people, though, want to see videos where FSD fails because I think it's not just hate for Tesla. I think people like to see the issues that the cars have. And again, it's becoming harder and harder to find those issues as they get software updates. Again, I don't have the newest version. 12.3.6 is what we're driving with. And that's pretty much it for this video. Again, leave a comment. I will comment back. I'm looking for other people who have the same version or new versions. I love to go watch your videos. There was a gentleman earlier too who was saying, hey, my car uses Summon. I use it every day in a parking lot and it works fantastic. I made a video about my experience and it was nothing like his. And so the comment I left him was like, make a video. I would love to see it. Like I believe you, but I don't believe you until I can see it, because of my experience has been just awful. It's been the worst experience with using Summon, and that hasn't been updated for so long either. And he said he used it every day. So I would love to see working Summon happen all of the time, the way it was described and the way it was sold to people as a feature. Again, I don't have it on my car. It doesn't seem to work. I've tried it on my wife's Model Y, same experience. It doesn't work, runs into curbs. I'm deathly afraid that it would run into somebody else's car. I don't want to hit anybody. And so I just don't really use it at all. But again, I don't know that stuff until you guys type that into the comments. And then I go out and I test all of those things that people say because I want to know for sure. I also didn't know that Summon or Auto Park actually works with parallel parking. One reason I don't go into the cities too often to parallel park, and the times that I've been in the city is it never appears on my screen that parallel parking like is available for the auto park feature. The only thing I see is the auto backup park feature. And so I didn't know it existed until a couple people wrote in my comments, "Hey man, go to the city parallel park. It has it in there. I do it every day." Again, my comment typically back to people is make a video. I would love to see a video on that and then compare it to my video and have a conversation about this. Again, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.